Hey guys, it's Will here, coming out of live stream. You're most likely going to see this part when we're recording, but we are currently doing a Nerd and a Weeb podcast. We're doing it video format this time around because we're not really going out and doing the normal drinking and barring that we do for these podcasts. Today's topics are going to be talking about LVO, New Year's resolutions, whatever it's called, hobbying, all that stuff, and what we might want to do in the future. I'm going to try to wrangle Glenn. He hasn't drank anything today, so it's going to be interesting to see. So with that, guys, I'm going to hop back into the call, and yeah, we're going to sit in here and talk to him, and we'll see what that brings to us with the conversation. Make sure you guys leave questions down below in the comment sections or in the stream if you're chatting here on Twitch. Same name as my YouTube name, and ask questions and we'll answer them. But yeah, let's get right back into it. Hi, I am back.
Alright, I said to my stream that you'll just say the title of our podcast through my stream. Unless if you want me to.
You can do it, because I already said it on my end.
Okay. Okay, so anyone joining in? Hellcat and I have our own YouTube series called Nerd and a Weeb Walk Into a Bar. Every once in a while we go to one of our local bars, have ourselves food, a drink that I don't or never had before. Then we just discuss nerd stuff like Magic the Gathering, Warhammer, conventions.
No, I fell out of the pool.
Oh no! Others as well, like comic books, graphic novels, etc., etc.
Everything nerdy.
Anything nerdy and weeby. Which, on that note, I was happy to join my very first LVO. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I think next time my teammates and I might do a road trip next time. And instead of doing friendlies like this year, I might do championships next year. As for the new year, I think we might try to do as much as we can with Nerd and Weeb podcasts on, I think, his part of the channel, because I don't do much in the way of making them myself, so... what to discuss? Oh, yes. FAQs and all that have dropped, and I am happy about them for Drukhari. Sky Splinter Assault Detachment. Practically good with transports now, and close combat. So, I'm going to be doing more close combat games.
See. Just spill water on myself.
Oh dear.
So, I guess we have two main topics to talk about tonight. New Year's in wargaming, and your visit to LVO and grand tournaments. So which one do you want to start first?
Let's do the New Year and grand tournaments.
Well, that's two separate ones.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was LVO and...
LVO and tournaments, or New Year's and hobbying.
And hobbying, okay. Alright, let's do New Year's and hobbying.
Alright.
Let's see. This
So
year
was-
I'm going... Oh, sorry.
So for the New Year's resolution things, a few questions. First off, the one's going to be like, what have you got done? So the main questions are going to be talking is what have you done that you wanted to finish before the new year? What are you going to start doing for the next year? And what big things did you do for hobby and gaming collecting that you were excited for last year?
10th edition, I was happy when it dropped in around August. Though I was very disappointed about the powerful paint tokens. What I was proud of to finish before last year, I think managing to work on my triple Tantalai before LVO. What I'm planning to do this year, probably cut down on the triple tant. I'm joking. I will never cut down on triple Tantalus.
I see.
And what was the other question? What I was proud of? What I'm planning to do?
Yeah, so there was, what project were you working on to try to finish before this new year, like this year? What are you going to plan to work on to finish before the end of this year? / challenges to yourself. Then there was, what were you excited for hobby-wise in 2022?
Okay, so yeah, happy that I finished my triple Tantalai near the end of 23 to 24. This year, maybe might try to like get better with myself for tournaments in general. And then the last one was about 2023 and what I liked about it.
Yeah, like what big hobby thing, collectible thing, whatever, were you excited for?
Again, 10th edition got me hyped. Though at the end, hearing powerful paint tokens and Drukari, just like, ugh.
I see.
Yeah. Convention-wise, though, I know we're talking about hobbies and all that right now, but if it's convention-wise, Odafest is going to be 25 this year, and Animathon will be 30 this year, so I can't wait for those. I am excited, though, for this year in 2024, the new Daughters of Cain character. The moment I saw her, it's like, need.
Oh, which character?
Maserat? No, hold on. Daughters of Cain LVO 2024. Wait, did you not see the previews?
I quickly flipped through them and they weren't interesting to me.
Oh. Krathusa, the Kronseer.
There's 2 rainbow ducks.
Yeah, I accidentally clicked myself.
Oh, if
Skittle.
Okay, I see. If you choose yourself, it'll still
have my name.
It'll still spawn another version of you.
Yeah.
Well, so it seems like the cool thing is, unless you bought all the Duck DLC, if the host has all the DLC, you can play with all the DLC.
Oh, like the bundle?
Yeah, I bought the bundle.
I did. I didn't.
So you're gonna unlock all the ducks that I have bought.
Nice.
So that's your answers for the questions.
Yeah.
So for me, flying Metallica duck. For me, I'd say project I wanted to finish before the end of the year. I did do, though I didn't get to videoing it because I didn't get a board for it. So I guess theoretically done. But I wanted to finish that Apex 3D print project I was doing. I finished that to get hyped for the board game when it comes out in 5 months from now is when they're going to start shipping. So we're going to be doing a huge video with hopefully with one of our friends on it because he coerced me into getting it. So that was my project, along with the year before I finished that Pegasus Bridge terrain set in Army. This year, my sort of things to do is, I think, it's going to be besides getting, fit for personal stuff, is I want to get the Apex board game all painted up. All the miniatures, the official miniatures when they come in.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get them all painted and then give the 3D printed ones I made for people, give them to their people that I made them for.
Oh,
so everyone gets their models. I want to start doing more painting that's not just like army painting. I want to do more like actual art pieces like busts or dioramas and stuff.
Right.
Did that duck just turn white? Oh! It's a chameleon duck.
This one here?
The one to your right.
Right.
Watch as it touches the skeleton duck. Weird. It must if it pokes it with its nose, but it was green originally, and then it bumped the Metallica duck, and it turned into the Metallica duck.
I don't see another duck. I only see 5.
You don't see the one that's touching the ledge?
No, I only see 5.
Oh. Okay, I see.
So it looks like I do have to buy the bundle to see what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, because there's one that floated just right in front of you. So you see where that Metallica duck is in front of you?
Yep.
It was right there.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a chameleon duck. When it kisses another duck, it turns into them. There's also a donut duck that looks like the Simpsons donut.
Oh, nice.
But yeah. So yeah, I want to do Apex. I want to do more art painting projects. Get fit, get healthy. That's everyone. Everyone's just like, go to the gym. I think, and then another one, if I don't do one or whatever, if it gets delayed in shipping and stuff and I have to wait a whole year to get it, probably maybe paint like a 1,500 point list of an army that I have would be my goal for this year.
Now, army as in bolt action or Warhammer? Because
just
I don't
any
think.
army.
Okay. Because last I remember, you said bye-bye to your 2 Warhammer armies.
Yep.
Which were Khorne and Daughters Gain. That's me. Sisters of Battle.
Yep. So I guess that leads into big events then is, I sold my Warhammer because fuck Games Workshop. And I plan to do another video on that on my channel. I plan to do an actual video going in depth to everything behind that, but...
Right, yeah.
But yeah, big things for me this in 2022, or I guess 2023, what am I thinking?
It's 2024.
I know, the years all combine with each other.
You're not wrong.
But with 2023, the biggest things were for me was, definitely the Apex board game. was getting announced. Got some other board games I was happy for, like the Zombicide Second Edition. Got that.
Yep.
Company of, like a lot of video games actually last year. Like there was Company of Heroes 3, which got a physical collector's edition. Was Tiny Tina 2023?
You know what? That is very good. I feel like it was 2022.
It could have been, but like Alan Wake 2 came out. That I know for sure was 2023. But yeah, like there's like a lot of games came out. It was a very good year for games, and so yeah, that's I think all of the things, all the questions. Yeah, did my projects. Yeah, yeah. So I think that's my New Year's stuff going forwards and what I've done in the past.
Yeah.
So, is there? I guess we can talk about before we segue into the next main topic. We have our sponsors, Raid Shadow. No, we don't. We don't have a sponsor. We sponsor ourselves. We're independent.
Well, you're not wrong, but at the same time, I am using Stream Elements if we decided to.
We're strong independent streamers who need no ad revenue. But
I'm okay. That's where I'm okay.
But yeah, strong independent streamers. I have to burp, but I can't. Anyways, let's see. Any news and stuff that's happening? Yeah, the big FAQ dropped for 40K. That happened. Warlord has a new armored tank game coming out. I know they announced Bolt Action 3 is in the works, along with Conflict 47.5, like 1.5.
Nice.
Gamer Subs is going strong. Magic, the new Ravnica set just released.
I haven't caught up in it for quite some time.
Pokemon's still Pokemoning.
Yep.
What else was there in news? That's a duck with a mullet. Oh no, it's a sushi duck.
Sushi duck.
It's a sushi duck. Yeah, I sold all my Warhammer. That's news. Pal World happened and caused everyone to shit themselves who was a Nintendo fanboy. And apparently they're making trading cards too. And stuffies.
Oh, wow.
Do you know of any big news in the what's big in the anime world?
Plenty of animes coming out and did come out. I'm trying to remember now what's just recently been announced. Spy X Family movie, I believe, is about to come out soon.
Yeah. There's that vending machine anime.
But that's been out since, like, I think 2023. Unless if you somehow missed out on it, Luffy did become Laughing. No, Sunchild. Crap! Now I need to catch up myself. No, I don't.
Well,
I do, but don't. Oh yeah, that was in 2023. For you Vivzipop supporters, who somehow missed it or couldn't,
Oh, yeah.
Hell of a Boss came out. What am I saying? That's been out for years.
That also
Has
came
been
out.
Hotel.
Yeah, Has Been came out. What was your reviews on Has Been?
It was amazing, and the musical numbers just beautiful.
I think I am somewhat, not fully, but somewhat on the opposite end of that.
Really?
Like the show was awesome. I liked it, but I think there's just too many musicals. Like it just felt too musical, and it felt like you can clearly tell where Vizzy had like say in how something's made, and then you can see where other parts where the Amazon like machine had their hands on what can be said and what can be done, because it feels very much like an adult trying to be edgy on the internet. Like if you watch the pilot episode, which I think they should have kept as episode 1, they it's at the time it came out, yeah, it was like pushing boundaries. It was like the peak of adult cartoons, and it poked fun at musicals and stuff like that. Whereas the newer season, like the actual show, felt very, yeah, again, like that meme where it's the old guy with the skateboard over his shoulder being like, "Hello, fellow kids."
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to think about it too. He and the team has been fighting for it for years.
Yeah, I'm super happy that it came out and that they let her actually have some say in it. It just, I felt like it could have been. It wanted to be a different direction. Like how it ended, feels very much like a Vizzy way of ending, but it feels like it wanted to be different. And the music, the musicals felt ham-fisted in some of the episodes. Like the More Than Anything song felt natural. The I Want to Make Hell Better song in the first episode was natural.
I enjoyed Loser.
Loser was natural. Though, like, it was... I'd say that's, like, the borderline. That one's between... It didn't need to be there, but it was put in naturally. And then, like, the rest and stuff. Though, the lady who's the weapon dealer... Whoever is her singer does a great job.
Oh, yeah. Whoever does Carmela Carmine. Oh,
yeah.
just beautiful.
Without spoiling it, that's her name. But yeah, her voice, her singer is really good. Like, her songs also felt natural. If they want it. But like every other song, I'd say and I guess this would lead into my favorite songs. Like and again, without really spoiling the show, Cannibal Town song.
Ah, yes.
Felt natural and was great. Carmel's songs were awesome.
Yeah.
More Than Anything, I think, was my all-time favorite. And Loser was like, those would be the ones I felt like they could keep, and then all the other ones they could have just scrapped.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my view on the show. Definitely,
I enjoyed it.
Definitely worth watching if you're a Vizzy fan. But
Yeah.
Hell of a Boss is way better in my opinion. But again, that's the difference between her still 100%ing it herself and her doing like maybe 20% of it.
Her projects for her time, compared to her projects with Amazon's time. Just thinking about it that way.
Yeah. Quack. Sushi duck.
I think Black Butler's coming back.
Is it?
I think so.
I know I heard rumors about somebody wanting to be like, it's a different timeline or something, or like in the future or whatever.
That would make sense.
Unless they're gonna kind of retcon it, or they're gonna do like they did with Spice and Wolf, where it's a remaster or whatever.
And then the Haiku movie.
Is there a Haiku movie?
There's going to be, yeah.
Oh, Stone Duck.
Now, is that the Weeping Duck, or is that Dwayne?
I don't know. It has no name. Let me zoom in on it.
I think it's the one that looks like a quacking angel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the angel. No, it's the one that looks like... you know how like when concrete, like sidewalk concrete gets eroded?
Oh, yeah.
It's that one.
And then as mentioned, Animathon and Otafest is going to be 25 and 30 this year.
Yep.
One of the expos is going to be in April.
Yeah. I do want to go to that board game convention.
Oh, Adepticon?
No, the board game one.
Oh.
The one that you sent me. Or you tagged me in.
Oh, the one that's in July.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that was at our where we're at, but south from where we're at.
Yeah.
I know I gave you the dates.
Yep. I've been asking around about who could give me a ride or not. And then I was going to ask you today too, like, did you want to go?
Well, of course I want to go. It's a convention. It's not a convention without, well, I mean, it would be a convention without me.
Yeah.
But still.
Well, if we do go, I'm going to be actually doing panels, if there's panels, and actually visiting booths and stuff, so there's going to be some organizing.
As for me, I'm just going to do my usual shopping.
Oh, I'm going to be shopping too. I'm going to be visiting the big game booths that I like and trying to buy con exclusive stuff. Which, if you missed the Apex board game Kickstarter, which is going to be the best board game ever made, and there's multiple reasons for it, which again I'll get into once I actually review the physical copy, is the Loba expansion that was Kickstarter exclusive. She's going to be only available to buy at conventions after.
Nice.
So I was fortunate enough to be able to get it because I kickstarted it and get one for Donnie also. So.
Oh, nice. For those who don't know, that is our friend Particle Man Triple One, or is it Quadruple One? I don't know.
It's something.
I know it has some ones in it, but that's it.
Yeah, I am excited. Dune Part 2 is coming out soon.
Yep.
So, what did you get for Christmas? For the viewers,
I got the Pokemon 151. The words aren't easy. Scarlet and Violet 151, big box collection box.
The big box.
I was actually, funny enough, wanting to do that as a stream tonight, but then I tried working with the other camera and my VTuber model. It's like, I need to figure out this more.
Well, for those, talk about this being a live stream and doing things, for those who may be joining in later, viewing and whatnot, or seeing this again on my YouTube channel, or even on Oopik's channel if he wants to record, or, download the stream, so you can do that with Twitch. We are doing a live recording of Nerd in a Weeb Walks Into a Bar, our duo podcast where the nerd, which is me, and the weeb, which is
me,
talk about things that we find interesting that relate to those two topics. Normally news, games, stuff like that. So that is what we're currently doing. Our topics this time is we're talking about New Year's resolutions and hobby progress and excitements, along with our next topic here soon after this little conversation. LVO and what it's like going to a big tournament carrying, from a different country. So, yeah.
And let me just do a quick introduction on my end. For anyone joining in, my name is Will Ukpeak, in other words, a small snowy owl. I enjoy shiny hunting, tabletop games, trading card games, and so much more. Today, I'm with my friend Hellcat64_YouTube, where him and I are doing our YouTube series under his channel, or with his point of view, because he does the uploading and all that. Nerd and a Weeb Walk Into a Bar. I am the Weeb, and he is the nerd.
Hello?
Where? Oh, did I cut off?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying hello because you said nerd.
Okay, and on top of that, I'm trying to reach 100 followers. Okay, what is going on? My Spotify is no longer playing. Weird.
Sometimes, I know Spotify has a thing where if you talk a little for a certain amount of length of time on Discord will tell it to stop.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like an anti-copyright thing.
That is so stupid. Anyway, on top of that, I'm trying to reach 100 followers. Once we do, I'm going to go ahead and open up a Shine of Fates ETB. Once we reach 100 followers, I'll go ahead and try reaching 200 followers, where I open up a Hidden Fates ETB.
So you guys should follow because he has outrageous good luck with boxes.
Yeah, I do. If only we had like a clip of me opening up that Charizard from that very first Hidden Fates ETB.
Yeah. Feel free to ask questions down below in either of our chats, and we'll read it out and answer it.
Indeed.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to our conversation, if we're all done with introductions. Oh, Star Wars Legion is not dead. They did come out at, I think, Adepticon or LVO, one of the two. But they came out and actually showed some new models. So like the clones are all getting plastic models, so they're all getting redone in plastic. Same with the Empire. A bunch of new stuff for like their Disney Plus shows are getting models. So the Bad Batch is going to get a box set, along with Clone Commandos are finally becoming a thing for the clones. Droids, I think, are getting some new those dudes that are bodyguards for Grievous. Empire's getting new plastic everything. So like all their old weird cheese rubber resin stuff that they make them in is getting replaced. And I think there's a new Leia, and like some of those older models that were like unique to a starter set are all getting re-released into updated plastic. So a lot of revamping to their line. So I'm excited for that.
It must be something, because when I was at LVO, and again, we're going to get to that topic soon enough here. Yeah. When I was at LVO, I didn't see anything Star Wars related. Like,
it could have been just an online thing, or
it could have been.
Because I know it came out around one of the conventions and they released it online, but
then my only guess probably Adepticon, because
probably
that's all tabletop games.
Yeah, probably. Nothing big in the RPG world. I know something's happening with Shadowrun. Hopefully we get a new system and they just delete 6, because that was a disaster. One D&D is still alive somehow, but there was rumors that Wizards of the Coast was actually going to sell off, or Hasbro was actually going to sell off Wizards of the Coast.
Wow.
Yeah. And apparently the people's parent company who made Baldur's Gate 3, everyone was thinking that they were actually going to sell the rights completely of Dungeons & Dragons to those guys. But apparently it's actually been confirmed that it's not going to get 100% ownership. It's just going to be for all future digital stuff and IP stuff they want to do with it. They have full reign to do it with it.
Okay, interesting.
So it's owned by that, which is owned by that one big Korean/Chinese publisher that everyone was angry about. It's like Tencent or whatever like that. They've been in, I forget what the actual name of the company is, but they were in a lot quite controversial stuff the last few years. But I guess that's it on my end for news that I can think of off the top of my head.
I definitely know what would get people excited for this, and this is part of when I went to LVO 2. Old World, welcome back, buddy.
I guess
maybe a good decade since we last seen you.
It's been like 10 years.
Yeah, a decade.
Yeah. Though it's not 100% back, which is so dumb, especially seeing as you're one of the armies that got affected by this. Yeah. On a scale of dumb to dumber, how dumb is it that your army's not in one of the codexes?
Okay, well, think about it this way. At the current moment, Daughters of Cain are in effect right now, because how much they've been being used over Anvil Guard. And seeing back in 9th edition, was it 10th edition Old World?
It only went up to 8th edition. 8th or 9th?
I thought it was 9th. Okay, 8th or ninth. Anyway, in the latest edition before AOS got took over, um, Daughters of Cain was under the Dark Elves' whole codex, because Daughters of Cain didn't have their own codex to begin with.
Yeah, they were just a unit, right?
Yeah, they were all units. And so now that their own army in Age of Sigmar, even though they are still under the Dark Elves faction, it does make sense that the Dark Elves themselves are under it because of the Daughters of Cain.
Maybe. I know that there's like a bunch of armies that aren't going to get codexes. Like they got like, you know, when Age of Sigmar came out, how they had legacy armies?
Yep.
They did that with,
Dark
oh no,
Elves.
the rainbow duck is, or the donut duck is in the grass.
Oh dear.
But they did that with, they did that with all the fantasy armies.
Well, again, think about it. Unless if they somehow cut off AOS and go back to fantasy, I could see it. No, because how 3rd edition is nowadays, it's a balance. It's a balance between the two. Because AOS is going strong, people still love it. Old world veterans like us, it's like, cool, we enjoy it. But it's because of the current 3rd edition AOS codexes that are affecting it. Again, Daughters of Cain were Dark Elves to begin with. And so because of that, they're their own army now. Because Anvil Guard were just pirates in AOS 1st edition.
But the Lizardmen got a codex in Warhammer Fantasy, and they're also an army in Age of Sigmar.
Well, the first two first beginning two was everyone's most wanted were Bretonnians and Tomb Kings.
Yeah. There's like Tomb Kings, Bretonnians, Orcs, Lizardmen, because they have how they're doing codexes for fantasy is there's the good guys and the bad guys, and I think the books are actually called that, like good and bad or evil or whatever, and that's your codexes. So like there's Lizardmen, Tomb Kings, Bretonnia, Kislev I think may have a legacy army or is in the good book.
Right.
Orcs are gonna get reintroduced. There's a couple other ones, but like Skaven are getting in there.
Okay.
But like the other armies, like I think even like Chaos Dwarfs might be legacy, but like dwarfs, some elf, dark elves, City of Sigmar, stuff like that. Again, don't quote me on this. I'm trying to remember, but like big ones that are made for fantasy that still even have fantasy bases on them are getting canned to legacy armies, never to be updated again. But other armies like Lizardmen are going to be updated with codexes as the game continues.
Well, yeah. Again, just think about it. Wait until later, because it's just starting to pick up. People are getting back into it, and I think Games Workshop will be like, "Oh, right, Dark Elves were a thing. Let's take them off Legacy and put them back into their own codex."
Yeah. I know somebody explained it to me in the fact that from what they publicly announced about the reason why they did it was they didn't want to have the Age of Sigmar crowd and the fantasy crowd mingle and mess each other's sales profiles up for the end of the year profit. But still, it's like, bruh, you could have just put all those in the codexes and then, you know, make another codex the next year, because like you do with every other edition.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's also dumb too that they're reselling old models, and yes, for the most part, some of them they're going in with the master mold and sculpting in newer details or patching them back up, so that's a little bit of extra work. But they're still charging like freaking $60 to $70 for, you know, like 20 skeletons. Like they're charging modern day Warhammer prices for models that are like freaking 20 years old.
Yep.
It's like rough. Anywho, we've been talking quite enough about it. Let's move on to our second main topic of the night.
Yep.
So, for those who may have not known, who are watching this after the videos and stuff, my co-host here had the fortunate luxury of being able to go to one of the largest, though there is other games that are played there, but it is mostly known for as the largest Games Workshop grand tournament in the world. And he got to go there with his friends and his teammates. So we're gonna let him go off the reins, and he's going to talk to you guys about it. And from time to time, I'll chime in and ask questions.
Alrighty.
So, starting with the first question here, how a quick little sentence or two. How was?
I enjoyed it. It was very well nourished. They managed to host it very well and kept it organized very well. It was my very first time. I had a blast, and I'm planning to go again next year for sure.
Nice. And we'll get into I know how you're gonna go a different way. Rock duck. You're gonna go a different way from when you did this time, but we'll get into that when we get there.
Yep.
But for somebody who's wanting to go to LVO, where is it? It's kind of in the name, but for those who may not know the abbreviation, where is it, and how would you recommend about going on packing your army and stuff, especially for us and where we are compared to where it is? Shipping your stuff might not be the safest bet, or it's going to be a little bit trickier. So how was going on about traveling to there, and where was it?
So, as Hellcat mentioned, LVO abbreviation means Las Vegas Opening. It's in the name. It's in Las Vegas, specifically at the Rio Hotel, at the event center hall. There was a lot of players and all that, but as for transportation, with your army, it is dependent. There are ways of preventing them to get squished and all that. Bubble wrap, stuff in like you would put into a bear and all that. Double, triple, maybe even quadruple stack with foam and all that. There are ways, flying, of course, with Hell Can I being the Great White North. We can fly, or how my teammates are planning to drive next time. Hold on, you cough. Yeah, drive next time. But if you're around the world, like Europe or Japan, or like even across from Vegas, like Pittsburgh, you would have to, of course, fly. Nonetheless, or if you want to be crazy like us, do drive. Again, with transportation, it shouldn't be too hard if you drive, but if you fly, tell which flight words flight no I'm trying to remember what, like, flight company or whatever it's called.
Airline?
Airline, there it is. Let the airline know, hey, these are fragile models. It is rather bit expensive sometimes.
Yeah, be prepared to also have TSA rip open your suitcases if they scan lead models.
Yeah, but I think with nowadays it's just more of plastic than lead, so.
Yeah, still, because if they see hollow plastics, they'll do it too.
My teammates and I never got stopped.
Yeah, I have heard stories of people ripping open cases to check models and stuff because they looked shaped weird on the x-rays. But that was mostly all people who were, they had them shipped either like in the cargo or like mailed. I heard people even mailing their stuff from like Europe and things.
Right,
so,
yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically what he was saying getting a case. I know Army is either Battle Foam or Army case, one of the two. They make a traveling size case, but you try to want to get it overhead / carry on.
Because there's check-in if you have big armies or big models for armies. And then there's carry-on, so like your small units.
Yeah.
Personal, like backpack for codexes, dice measuring tapes, so on and so forth. I had to do 2 check-ins just because of my clothing and my triple Tantalus / other units that weren't caplites and all that. Fortunate for me that I am a 5th edition veteran, so I still own those original Citadel cases, and so I was able to use one of them as my carry-on.
Nice. So I can speak. We can all speak here. We all speak down here. So getting there, basically pack up and stuff, using proper traveling cases, try to carry on, and you flew there. When did you arrive? How was the city of Vegas? What did you do leading up to it, or did you arrive on the day of that event?
So we arrived the day of the event. We put our stuff into our room, went out for a bit for some drinking before watching the previews.
Yeah, so I know you told me about the preview stuff, but tell our viewers about the showing of previews there versus online. Was there a room that you could have gone to go see it? Was there a TV that you saw it on, or was it a combination of both? Do you get it?
Okay. So GW, I'm sorry in advance. If you're going to take this down, I can totally understand. How it worked is you went into the big hall where they show off the games, the night before the games, and they show you a YouTube video of the previews. And then an hour after, they showed the live stream ones afterwards, what we just saw. But to prevent us from saying anything, we have to wait for that hour for everyone to see it themselves. And seeing that Vegas is Pacific daytime, so an hour behind us, we got to see the early access because we were there at 8 p.m. their time. And then 9 p.m. their time, they started the previews. Then 10 p.m. their time, they finished the previews. So where we're at, where Hellcat and I, it finished 11 p.m. our time.
Alright.
And yeah, so as mentioned, they show off YouTube videos, like hidden ones that they record and upload for everyone to see. Yeah. Well, for the convention goers, not for the live stream ones. Yeah.
So you get to see cool stuff. Was there like vendors and things there? Was there, besides like, it's Vegas, how is it viewed upon shopping or going out to buy stuff? Is there kind of like a don't arrive drunk sort of thing, or is it kind of like, hey, we recommend staying around the area? Or
they didn't. Well, they said don't get too drunk, of course, because you don't want to get drunk the night of being previews and before your game starts. But aside from that, they're not really limited of people going out. My teammates and I went out for the night to get some drinks before the previews, and then we got back in time to watch the previews. And yes, there were vendors, not too much in the way of conventions. I think maybe like very small in the way of vendors. I think Hellcat would know what I'm talking about. Our apartment, and that's it.
Yeah, I did
so
see on
very
the map,
small.
because I checked to see what vendors was there because I had a shopping list for you. But it seems like from what you said, it was mostly like demo booths, like less shopping, more demo.
Yeah. I mean, there were some vendors out on the hall outside of the room as well. Um, and there was like a paint station with two thin coats. I got to meet the man too, by the way.
Yeah, Duncan Rhodes always goes to the LVO.
And yet I didn't see Scary this year.
Maybe he didn't go like everyone else.
Yeah, because he's part of a new team now or something like that. And only one person of that team went this year, so.
I have noticed that, though, this last year, a lot of, and it's not just LVO
Scary.
stuff and Scary, a lot of YouTubers are not really going to conventions or doing public things this year. Like, not a lot of people went to LVO. Some people didn't go to Adepticon. People even quit YouTube, like Matt Pat and freaking Meat Canyon and stuff like that. They quit YouTube. It's just like, what's going on with celebrities and this year in wargaming? It's like we got all these other new cool models and games and stuff. It's just no one's out doing anything.
I remember my teammates and I were talking about it after LVO, but I can't fully remember the reason why. I know the conversation there's somewhere.
Yeah. So, you were there to play games and not just shop and drink in Vegas.
Well,
Or
play
both.
games for the... Well, okay. Drink at nights. Play games on the Saturday, Sunday. But small, the games were Friday, Saturday. Yes, that's for the competitive ones. Me not being good at 40k, on top of Drukari being bottom of MetaWatch before LVO, I did the friendly games, which were, again, the Saturday, Sunday, not Friday, Saturday.
Okay. I see. So how do your games go? Give us a roundup, whatever, of your games. Highlights of each match, sort of thing.
I almost tabled 3 out of my 4 games, but one of those was Ultramarines, and that was against Game 1. Though what I was happy about that is that I did manage to kill Robot Gullman once in that game.
Nice.
Before he came back with 6 wounds out of his 9.
That's his tradition.
Another one that I almost tabled, which was my one game that I won out of my 4, 1W3Ls, was Iron Warriors. Which got me the win. I almost tabled him.
Wizard
Tyranids.
Duck.
Nice. I did go up against Tyranids. Can't say I enjoyed it too much, but it was fun. And then I went up against Death Guard, where I think he almost had like 2 or 3 units left.
Nice.
Had fun nonetheless, though. And again, as mentioned, next year I'm going to plan to do competitive more than casual.
Nice. What armies did you see there? Like, what was the popular take / competitive scene like?
I think I saw more Tyranids than anything. It was 4 games. There was a lot of tables, but I think I saw more Tyranids out of everything there. As for the competitive games, I never went near any tables at all during the Friday, Saturday, just because I didn't want to like interrupt them at all, especially with it being a very big grand tournament. Like, yeah, I would be called judged if I were to do so.
Alright. Any places you'd recommend people to go check out when they're there?
Mainly the vendors. It is the Rio. again, I was with my teammates, but they were doing the competitive, so I didn't want to go out to Vegas too much. I didn't want to risk it myself, so I just stayed around the hotel. Um, and of course, with it being Vegas, you not not gamble and drink with your free time while you're there. Like, it's called Sin City for a reason. I did some slots, did some drinking in the meantime, went to the vendors. Was contemplating going back to Space Marines. But if you are with friends and have free time during of which, one of the best known areas in Vegas is the Strip, where you could just walk down, go into shops, and drink on the sidewalk. We went to the Strip night one before the previews. Went to Margaritaville. Though I never had a chance for a yard drink, unfortunately. Maybe next year. But if you are adventurous, as mentioned, go down the Strip. Probably try to be careful by going yourself. Or if you have friends, go with friends. The Rio Hotel provides lots of gambling. Plenty of areas to drink at. Or, if you want, go to your hotel room and just watch some live streams until then. Because it's 9 hours or so altogether for day 1 and 2, because 3 hours a game, so.
Was there any risks to you felt like maybe your models getting damaged or stuff getting stolen, or any attitude and stuff you bumped into, like maybe some angry judges or angry players, stuff like that?
With me, seeing that my games were on the Saturday, Sunday, I just kept my models in the hotel room on the Friday. As for the Saturday, Sunday, not really. I had them right by my legs, so not much of the way of getting stolen. Even then, I have air tags in them, so it's like, cool.
Come on,
I know
like
where
that
they
duck.
are.
The fire duck just spewed fire on the duck with the duck with a firework on it. So we're about to watch it.
You're about to watch it. I don't have the DLC.
It's gonna be a second or two, but we're gonna keep the camera on it.
Yep. Anyway, as for negativity, I think just a little bit from my teammates. For me, we were doing friendly, so everyone was friendly to each other, players and judges. Because, again, it's friendly for a reason. Which is funny. Game 1, turn 1 in, Tanner, one of the judges, was watching my game, and he's looked and said, "Triple Tantalus, you know this is friendly, right? Like, they're going to die turn 2 or 3. And he said to me, "Oh, I'm just pulling their leg." Turn 2 comes, he comes by again. 2 out of my 3 Tantalus got killed off. And I pointed at him, "I told you 2 or 3 of them would die quickly." And he just starts laughing his ass off.
So not really much worry then, in the sense of dealing with dinguses and theft and safety.
Well, not really. And again, I personally have air tags. So theft is not really too worrisome for me. As for the negativity, I was in the friendly tables. I don't know how competitive tables would be different.
Probably a bit, because that's where we see all those videos of people cheating and using, 6-sided 6 dice.
Yep. I'm going to figure that out next year. I know a few teammates and I are going to do a drive west of us for a 200-player tournament. on the 29th and 30th of March. Maybe it might be the same for Adepticon 25, but not 100% sure.
Alright. And near the end of it, this is a large tournament, so I'm guessing there's prizes and stuff, right?
There are awards, yes. I know friendlies had their own different ones, as same for the competitive. I don't think I was, no, because my one friend and I had to leave immediately to get ready for the airport back. Though I didn't win anything on the friendly ceremony. And I don't think I remember, no, because the reward ceremony for the competitive was for at least the top 16 and all that, with the Necron and Eldar player. And we were definitely home by then to hear about that, so.
I see. So I guess all in all, your trip there back, what would be your overall sort of opinion on this, and any last sort of tips or stories you might want to tell to a newer person maybe wanting to attempt going to LVO for their first time, or even just traveling out of maybe their city or state to go to a tournament?
Pack up your stuff as securely as you can for sure. Depending on the airline, they would have fragile stickers to put for your check-in. Tell them to put that on for in case. Save a lot of money, as much as you can. I had to pay off like around $1,000 from where we're from for my trip alone. Try to put as much games as you can, for sure, at your local tournaments, because these are heavy hitters. Very heavy hitters. For more safety measures, get yourself an AirTag or an AirTag resemblance, for in case you do get something stolen.
An alternative?
An alternative, yeah. If you aren't an Apple product user like me.
Polka dot
Try to be professional about it when you're there. Don't get too salty over a small thing. It is a grand tournament after all. We don't want you to get banned very first time or anything like that. It's just for fun, for sure. Of course, there's going to be awards. But again, don't be a dick about it. Maybe try to go with groups. If you have no groups that you know of, maybe try to expand yourself and try to get yourself into a group. Because going alone's not too bad, but it might scare you, it might confuse you. And of course, enjoy yourself as much as you can.
Alright. I think that's it for me then on any questions. I know I don't have any real experiences with tournaments except for, just running the ones at my old job, but even then I wouldn't say they're like a tournament compared to the ones that you've been to, excluding LVO. But I think that's really it then. I don't have anything else to add to the conversation or any questions and stuff.
Yeah, me neither. Let's see. Aside from like some small stories, as mentioned, Tanner, with me with the triple Tantalus, like I told you they would die turn 2 or 3. The opponents I went against were very nice. They were very chill. I think the Ultramarine player was very surprised how scary Incubi are in close combat. It's like, oh, cool. 10-man squad of Incubi charging Robot Goldman. That's nothing. And then all of a sudden it's like, cool, 30 attacks coming at you, -2 AP, 2 damage to be. It's like, what? Like, you'd think I was playing around. The Nids player was very nice as well. We learned that we could do the ritual more than whatever the deployment shows those. So say for instance, you have your usual 5, right? Deployment zone, dead center, then 2 away from dead center.
Yeah.
Turns out you could do much more with that at the ritual.
Interesting.
Yeah. Death Guard player, very chill, very chill. Iron Warriors player, I felt bad for him. Like, I know we had a fun time and all that, but I felt bad for him. Especially that I think it was his, like, very first tournament or something like that. It's like, ooh, goodness gracious, buddy.
The polka dot duck is just face first in the cement.
That it is.
Yeah. I guess with that then, we'll keep streaming because I want to get this duck to launch. But for the podcast side of things, then until we actually do another legit one of these with maybe a guest or another drink or whatever, this has been Will
And Glenn.
on Nerd and a Weeb Walk Into a Bar. We shall see you guys in the next episode, and remember to drink responsibly. Bye-bye.
And if you do drink, make sure to have a friend of yours or call an Uber. We don't want anyone to get themselves hurt on their way back home.
Yes. Yeah. We shall see you guys in the next episode of Nerd and a Weeb.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.